English podcast.
From Learn English with Joy.
Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Learn English with Joy, the podcast that helps you grow your English skills with warmth, encouragement, and a little bit of fun. I'm Chris, and I'm so glad you're here with us today.
And I'm Emily. Thanks for tuning in again. Or if this is your very first episode, welcome to the family. We're so excited you're here because today's topic is something really close to our hearts.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to speak English, but felt like no one was around to practice with? Maybe you're motivated, you want to improve, but you're on your own?
I feel that so deeply. Honestly, when I was first learning, I didn't have a teacher. I didn't have a language partner. It was just me, my little notebook, and a big dream to speak English fluently one day.
Same here. I remember sitting in my room, trying to say simple sentences out loud, and feeling kind of weird at first. Why am I talking to myself? I thought. But you know what? That was the beginning of something powerful.
Yes, because what we've both learned is this. You don't need a teacher to get started. You don't need someone sitting next to you correcting every mistake. What you really need are daily habits that keep English alive in your world.
Exactly. A little bit of practice every day goes a long way. Even if it's just one sentence, even if it's just 5 minutes, it matters, and it adds up.
And today, we're going to show you exactly how to build those habits, how to make English part of your daily life without stress, without pressure, and without needing a classroom.
So grab your headphones, take a deep breath, and get ready to discover some easy, joyful ways to speak more English, starting right where you are.
We'll share real habits, real examples, and real stories from our own lives and from learners just like you.
Because learning English doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be consistent. That's the secret.
So if you've ever asked yourself, can I really improve my speaking by myself? The answer is yes. 100% yes. And we're here to help you do just that.
All right, let's dive in. Today's topic is daily English habits that can seriously improve your speaking, even if you study alone. You know, Emily, I've met so many English learners who say the same thing. I know a lot of vocabulary. I studied grammar. I've passed some tests. But when I try to speak, I freeze.
Oh, yes. I hear that all the time, too. And I totally understand it. It's frustrating, right? You've put in all this effort. You've read the rules, memorized the words, but when it comes time to talk, the words just don't come out.
Exactly. I used to feel the same. I could recognize English when I read or listened, but when I had to respond, my mind went blank. It's like the knowledge was there, but it couldn't move fast enough to reach my mouth.
And you know what usually causes that? It's not that you didn't study enough. It's that you didn't have enough exposure, enough time with the language in real, everyday ways.
That's so true. Learning English isn't just about what you know. It's about what you use regularly.
Right. And that's where habit building comes in. When you make English a daily habit, even in small ways, you build pathways in your brain. The language becomes more familiar, more natural, more automatic.
Yeah, it's kind of like watering a plant. You don't need to pour a bucket of water once a week. You just need a little water every day. That's what keeps it growing.
Exactly. And your brain works the same way when learning a language. A little bit of English each day, 5 minutes of speaking, a few sentences in your journal, shadowing a short video. It builds fluency over time.
That word is so important. Fluency. And here's the truth. Fluency doesn't come from studying hard once in a while. It comes from showing up every day, just for a little bit.
That's the power of consistency. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. It's saying, I may not speak perfectly yet, but I'm here, I'm trying, and I'm getting better one step at a time.
I love that. And the cool thing is, these small daily habits don't have to be boring or stressful. They can be fun, gentle, joyful, like listening to this podcast while going for a walk.
or whispering a few sentences in English while you make your morning tea. Little by little, day by day, that's how fluency grows.
So if you've ever felt stuck or thought, I don't know how to practice alone, don't worry. In the next part, we're going to show you 6 simple, powerful habits you can start using right away. No teacher needed.
Let's keep going, and let's grow your English together, one small habit at a time. Let me take you back to a tiny moment that completely changed the way I used English. It was a regular Tuesday morning. I had just woken up, still half asleep, staring at the ceiling. And for some reason, instead of thinking, ugh, I have so much to do, I whispered to myself, today is a new day. I feel excited. That one sentence, just 8 simple words, did something powerful. It switched my brain to English mode right away. It wasn't perfect, it wasn't fancy, but it was a signal. Hey brain, we're thinking in English today.
I love that story so much. It reminds me of when I was trying to make English feel more natural in my life. I used to write down one sentence in a little notebook next to my bed. Every morning, I'd read it aloud. Sometimes it was, I will learn something useful today. Other times, I am strong. I speak English with courage.
Yes, these aren't just sentences, they're little sparks of confidence, and that's the magic of the morning sentence habit.
Here's how you can try it too. When you wake up tomorrow, say one sentence in English. Say it out loud if you can. Whisper it. Think it in your mind. It doesn't matter how. What matters is that you do it.
You can prepare it the night before or make it up in the moment. Keep it simple and positive. Here are some easy examples to get started. It's sunny today. I am learning English every day. I feel calm and ready. My English is getting better.
And here's a pro tip. Repeat it a few times. The first time, you're just saying it. The second time, you're starting to feel it. By the third time, it becomes part of your morning mindset.
It's a small action, but it creates momentum. It builds the habit of using English right from the start of your day.
You're training your brain to associate English with real life, not just textbooks. It becomes a tool, a friend, a part of your morning.
And the best part? It takes less than 10 seconds. No apps, no teachers, just you and your voice.
So tonight, before you sleep, write one sentence you'd like to say tomorrow. Then when you wake up, say it, out loud, whisper it, smile, and begin your day in English.
One sentence can start a new habit, and that habit can start a new you. Okay, so this next habit might feel a little weird at first, but trust us, it's a game changer. We're talking about something super simple, talking to yourself in the mirror.
Yep, just you, your reflection, and a couple of English sentences. Now, before you say, that sounds awkward, let me be honest. At first, I felt totally silly. I'd stand in front of the mirror, look myself in the eye, and say things like, Hi, my name is Chris. I'm learning English. I'm trying my best today. And I remember laughing out loud and thinking, I look ridiculous. But over time, something amazing happened. It started to feel normal. Then it started to feel comforting. And now, it's like talking to my best friend, me.
I love that. And I had a similar experience. At first, it felt strange, but it helped me practice speaking without fear. There was no teacher judging me, no one listening, just me and my reflection. And you know what? That reflection didn't correct my grammar, but she listened.
All right, here's how you can start your own mirror habit today. Step 1. Stand in front of a mirror, any mirror, a bathroom mirror, a compact mirror, even your phone camera if you prefer. Step 2. Look at yourself and speak for 2 minutes. Step 3. Choose a topic. Keep it simple.
And we've got some easy topic ideas to help you out. Introduce yourself. Hi, my name is, I'm from, I like, or talk about how you feel today. I feel tired. I'm excited about my weekend. Or practice a fake conversation. Hello, how are you? I'm good, thanks. And you?
This habit helps you get used to hearing your own voice in English. It also builds confidence. The more you see yourself speak English, the more your brain starts to believe, hey, I can do this.
It also trains your mouth muscles and your facial expressions, just like real conversations do. And the bonus? You start to notice how your emotions affect your speech, which makes your English sound more natural.
Sometimes I even smile at myself in the mirror and say, you're doing great. Keep going. It's a mini pep talk in English.
Try adding this to your morning or evening routine, just 2 minutes a day. No need to record, no pressure, just speak.
Remember, fluency isn't just about speaking to others. It starts with speaking to yourself.
So go find a mirror, take a deep breath, and say something, anything, in English. You've got this. All right. It's time to talk about one of the most effective, and honestly, one of the scariest, habits I ever tried while learning English. Recording my own voice.
Oof. I remember the first time I did it. I hit record, said a few sentences, then played it back. And all I could think was, do I really sound like that?
Yes, same here. I still remember the moment I recorded myself reading a short story aloud. I hit play and immediately felt embarrassed. My voice sounded strange. My pronunciation wasn't great. And there were so many awkward pauses. But you know what? That one recording taught me more than 2 weeks of silent practice ever did.
Because here's the thing. When you listen back, you hear what your brain usually skips. You notice where you got stuck, where your pronunciation felt off, or where you mumbled instead of speaking clearly.
It's like putting up a mirror, but for your voice. And it's not about judging yourself. It's about becoming aware. Once you know what to improve, you can actually improve.
Here's a simple way to get started. No fancy equipment needed. Step 1. Open the voice recorder app on your phone. Step 2. Pick a small topic. For example, what I did yesterday, or my favorite food. Step 3. Speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Don't worry about being perfect, just talk. Step 4. Listen to the recording and take note of 1 to 2 things you want to improve.
That's the key. Just 1 or 2 things. Don't overwhelm yourself. Maybe you realize you say too often. Maybe you hear yourself pause too much. Or maybe you nailed the pronunciation of delicious, and you can feel proud.
When you record and listen back, you're training self-awareness. And that's huge in language learning. You begin to notice your patterns. Your voice becomes your teacher.
It also builds confidence, slowly. Because over time, you'll notice real progress. The first week, maybe you sound unsure. By week 3, you speak more clearly. By week 6, you're thinking, hey, I sound pretty good.
Try saving 1 voice memo per week. Label them with the date. After a month, go back and listen to your first one again. You'll be amazed at how far you've come.
Seriously, it's like keeping a photo album of your English voice. And that's powerful.
So go ahead, hit that red button. Speak from the heart. And remember, it's not about sounding perfect. It's about getting used to your voice in English.
You've got the voice. Now let it grow.
All right, let's move on to one of my favorite habits, and one that really helped me sound more natural when I speak English. It's called shadowing.
Ooh, yes, I love this one. It sounds fancy, but it's actually super simple. Here's how it works. You watch or listen to someone speaking English, and then you repeat what they say immediately after they say it.
That's it. No stopping, no writing, no thinking too much. Just repeat, like a shadow.
That's where the name comes from. You're like the shadow of the speaker, following their voice, their rhythm, their intonation. It's like mimicry, but with purpose.
Exactly. And it's one of the best ways to train your mouth, your brain, and your reflexes. When I started shadowing, I noticed that I began to feel the rhythm of English instead of just learning rules.
Here's how you can try it, even just 5 minutes a day. Step 1. Choose a short video or audio. We recommend starting with cartoons, children's stories, or slow speaking podcasts. Step 2. Listen to one sentence and immediately repeat it aloud. Try to copy the speed, stress, and music of the voice. Step 3. Keep going, one sentence at a time. You don't need to understand every word. The goal is to train your mouth and ears.
If you're more advanced, you can even try shadowing without pausing. Just follow along in real time like an echo.
And don't worry if it's messy. The goal isn't perfection, it's immersion. It's about letting English move through you.
Okay, funny story. When I first started shadowing, I used to mimic characters from Peppa Pig. Yup, a grown adult copying a British cartoon pig. But honestly, it worked. Peppa's voice was clear, the sentences were simple, and I could feel my intonation improving every day.
That's such a great example. I did something similar with cooking videos. I'd watch someone say, "Add a little salt and stir gently," and I'd repeat it out loud, right as they said it. It felt like I was in the kitchen with them, having a conversation.
That's the beauty of shadowing. It makes speaking physical, not just mental. Your tongue, lips, and breath start to move like a native speaker's.
Choose topics you enjoy. Cooking, cartoons, daily English videos. If you love the content, you'll love the process.
And remember, when you shadow, you're not just learning what to say, you're learning how to say it.
So press play and start speaking like a shadow. One sentence at a time. This next habit is one of the easiest to set up, and honestly, one of the most powerful ways to keep English alive in your daily life. We call it creating English corners.
Yep, and no, it doesn't mean you have to build a classroom in your bedroom. It simply means turning parts of your home or routine into mini English spaces, little places where English is always present. Think of it like this: instead of only learning English when you sit down to study, you make English part of your environment, part of your day, part of your world. One of the first things I did? I started writing my to-do list in English every day. At first, it felt awkward. I had to look up words like laundry, appointment, or clean kitchen. But after just a few weeks, I didn't have to look them up anymore.
That's such a great tip. Writing things like buy vegetables, call mom, pick up laundry might seem simple, but over time, they become automatic. You're learning real vocabulary that fits your actual life.
And I didn't stop there. I also changed my phone settings to English. Suddenly, every time I opened my screen, I saw settings, reminders, notifications. It was like a mini immersion in my pocket.
That's brilliant. I did something similar. I put sticky notes on objects in my house. I had fridge on my refrigerator, mirror in my bathroom, lamp next to my bed.
It sounds like kindergarten, but honestly, it works. Seeing those words every day helps you connect English directly with real objects, not just translations.
This habit teaches you words you'll actually use, not random vocabulary from a textbook. Words like charge phone, feed the cat, make the bed.
And the best part? You're not just reading them, you're living with them. They become part of your routine, and that's when true learning happens. Don't try to change everything at once. Just start small. One list, one sticky note, one app. Soon, your house will speak English to you, and you'll begin to think in English, even without noticing.
You're not just studying anymore. You're creating an English environment, one small corner at a time.
And remember, fluency isn't just about what's in your head. It's about what surrounds you. So build your English world, right where you are.
Let English live in your space, and it will grow in your mind.
Let's talk about the final habit in today's episode. And honestly, it's one of the most peaceful and personal ones: night reflection, or journaling in English.
Ah, yes, I love this one. It's such a simple habit, but it brings so much value, not just to your English, but to your whole day. Before going to bed, you simply write or think about your day in English.
You don't need to write a full diary entry. You don't need beautiful grammar or perfect spelling. Just 3 sentences. That's it.
Sometimes I just write, I felt tired. I made soup. It was good. That's enough. That's reflection. That's daily English practice. In your own words, about your own life.
Here's how I usually do it. 1. I grab a notebook or open a notes app. 2. I write 2 to 3 short sentences about my day. 3. I try to keep the language simple and honest. Example: work was busy. I felt a little stressed. I walked in the park. The sunset was beautiful. I watched a video in English. I understood most of it.
Or, if you're too tired to write, you can just think it silently in your mind. Whisper to yourself as you lay in bed. Today was okay. I learned a new word. I feel proud. It's soft, it's easy, and it closes your day in English.
Here's why this habit is so powerful. You're not just learning English. You're using English to process your real emotions and thoughts. It makes the language feel more personal.
It also creates a beautiful cycle. If you start your day with a morning sentence and end it with night reflection, you've just bookended your day with English. You've made it a natural part of your inner world.
And over time, your journal becomes something really special. You can flip back through old entries and see your progress, not just in language, but in life.
Some helpful sentence starters. Today, I felt. One good thing was, tomorrow I want to.
Remember, it's not about writing a masterpiece. It's about building the habit of thinking in English and feeling safe in your own words.
So tonight, try it. Write a few lines, or think them softly in your mind. You'll sleep knowing you practiced English, gently, honestly, and in your own voice.
Let's pause for a moment. We've shared 6 simple, practical habits that can help you speak English more often, even without a teacher. But now, we want to talk about something even more important than habits.
Yes. Let's talk about fear. Because let's be honest, what stops most people from speaking English isn't grammar. It's the fear of making mistakes.
I've been there too. There were times when I knew the word, I knew the structure, but I didn't speak. Why? Because I thought, what if I say it wrong?
Exactly. That fear can be so strong that it keeps us silent. And silence is the one thing that doesn't help us grow.
So here's something we want you to remember. Fluency doesn't mean perfection. It means flow. It means your words can move. Your thoughts can travel from your heart to your voice.
And here's a powerful truth. Making mistakes is how we learn. Every time you mess up a sentence, forget a word, or pronounce something funny, your brain is learning.
Think about it like learning to ride a bike. When you were a child, did you wait until you could ride perfectly? Before trying? No way. You got on. You wobbled. You fell. And falling was part of the process.
Yes. And what happened after that fall? You got up. You learned how to balance. And with every small mistake, you improved. Not because someone corrected you, but because you experienced it.
Speaking English is just like that. You'll trip on a word. You'll forget a tense. You might say, he go to work yesterday, instead of he went. And guess what? You'll remember that mistake way better than any grammar rule.
There's a saying I love. Mistakes are proof that you're trying. When you make a mistake, you're showing up. You're being brave. And each mistake becomes a memory trigger, a lesson that sticks.
That's how I finally remembered the difference between do and make. I used the wrong one in front of a native speaker, and they smiled and gently repeated the correct phrase. It wasn't embarrassing, it was empowering.
So if you've been waiting to feel ready before you speak, stop waiting. Start now. Start messy. Start human.
Your English journey is not about being flawless, it's about being fearless. Let the words flow, even if they're not perfect.
Because perfection is silent. But progress speaks, with accent, with mistakes, with courage.
So go ahead, say that sentence, make that error, and smile, knowing you're moving forward.
We're proud of you, and we're here, cheering you on.
Before we wrap up today's episode, we want to share something really special. messages from you, our amazing listeners.
Yes. Every week we receive kind, heartfelt comments from learners all around the world, and reading them always makes us smile.
Here's one that really touched me. It's from Hanan, a listener from Egypt. She wrote, I started mirror speaking, and I can really feel the change. I'm not afraid to hear my voice anymore. Thank you for this tip.
That's beautiful. Here's another message from Diego in Mexico. I journal in English every night, just 3 sentences. It clears my mind and makes me feel calm before sleeping.
Wow, that's exactly what we hope for. That English becomes not just something you study, but something that lives in your day. Not pressure, just presence.
Exactly. And to everyone listening right now, we want you to know you are already making progress. You're here, you're listening, you're learning. And even this, listening to a full podcast in English, is a habit worth celebrating.
So if you're ever wondering, am I improving? The answer is yes. Every little action adds up. Every sentence you whisper, every note you write, every shadowed phrase, it counts.
You may not see the results immediately, but change is happening in your brain, in your confidence, in your courage.
And we're proud of you. So proud. This journey isn't easy, but you're showing up. You're doing the work. And we're right here with you, step by step.
Now, before we say goodbye for today, let's take a moment to slow down. Let's look back at some of the useful vocabulary we used in this episode. Words and phrases that can help you speak, think, and grow in English.
Yep, it's vocabulary time. Get your notes ready, or just listen closely. We'll share each word, a short definition, and an example, so you can hear them in action.
Let's do this together. Let's build your vocabulary, word by word, with joy.
All right, friends, it's that time again. Vocabulary time. We've gathered some of the most useful words and phrases from today's episode. These are everyday English terms that will help you express yourself with more ease and clarity.
We'll take turns sharing each word, giving you a simple meaning and a natural example. You don't need to memorize, just listen and repeat softly if you can.
Let's get started. Number 1, consistency. Meaning, doing something regularly without stopping. Example, daily practice builds consistency.
Number 2, shadowing. Meaning, copying someone's speech to improve fluency. Example, I shadowed a YouTube video this morning.
Number 3, reflect. Meaning, to think about something deeply or calmly. Example, I reflect on my day before sleeping.
Number 4, record. Meaning, to capture your voice or video using a device. Example, I recorded myself speaking for 2 minutes.
Number 5, mimic. Meaning, to copy how someone speaks or acts. Example, I tried to mimic the speaker's intonation.
Number 6, confidence. Meaning, belief in yourself and your ability. Example, speaking every day helped me gain confidence.
Number 7, habit. Meaning, something you do often without thinking. Example, journaling has become my evening habit.
Number 8, exposure. Meaning, regular contact with something to become familiar. Example, changing my phone to English gave me more exposure.
Number 9, journaling. Meaning, writing your thoughts or activities in a notebook. Example, I do journaling in English every night.
Number 10, self-study. Meaning, learning without a teacher by yourself. Example, shadowing is great for self-study.
Great job, everyone. Remember, you don't need to learn all these words in one day. Come back, review, and use them in your real life. That's how they stick.
And don't forget, words are tools. The more you use them, the more comfortable you'll feel. Even choosing one word to practice today is a win.
So, which word was your favorite from today's list? Tell us in the comments, or better yet, try using it in your next journal entry or mirror talk.
Coming up next, our gentle wrap-up to send you off with encouragement and joy. Let's close this episode together. And just like that, we've reached the end of today's episode. If you're still here listening, we want you to know you're doing amazing.
Absolutely. Every time you choose to listen, speak, or even just think in English, you're building something. And it's not perfection, it's progress, step by step, day by day.
It's easy to get discouraged, especially when we make mistakes or feel slow. But remember this quote from Nelson Mandela: "It always seems impossible until it's done."
So true. Fluency isn't about never making mistakes. It's about showing up, even when you're unsure. It's about speaking with heart, not with fear.
And the little habits you build today, they shape your tomorrow. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going.
So here's our gentle challenge to you. Say one sentence in English today, out loud, to yourself, to your pet, to your mirror. It doesn't matter.
Even something simple like, "I'm learning. I'm growing." Let those words carry you forward.
We're proud of you, and we'll be here next time to learn, laugh, and grow together.
Until then, keep speaking, keep smiling, and always remember, you're further than you think. Bye for now.
And happy learning.